opposed, meeting to order. Please rise. The Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Goodar.
Here.
Green.
Here.
LaFour.
Here.
Mistrovich.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Schultz.
Here.
Yard.
Here.
Good to see everybody's here tonight. We move on to approval of minutes for the budget workshop meeting of May 12th. Is there a motion to accept those minutes?
So moved. Support.
Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also need a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of May 19th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Support.
What's been made and supported? Jeff, did you want to enter in what we had on the table tonight as a correction to those minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. We move on to audience comments on any non-agenda items. If anybody would like to address City Council, we would ask that you would come to the podium, state your name and address to the clerk for the record, and we would hold you to 3 minutes. Looks like we're going to move on here. Okay. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, or is there any changes? Being not, a motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
So moved.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We need a motion for the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
What's been made and supported? There is no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration, which we have 3 this evening. The first one being consideration of a special event request from St. Augustine Church called the Walk with Jesus. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider a request we received from St. Augustine Church to conduct a walk with Jesus on Sunday, June 22nd, beginning at approximately 7 a.m. The parishioners from St. A's will be walking from the church up to the church in Memphis and requesting permission to walk within the city limits here, as well as have a police escort from St. A's to the northern city limits. This is similar kind of in nature to walk that we approve every few years with the Knights of Columbus, where they walk from Kmart, thank you, to St. A's. We don't close down the street, so just I would like everyone to bear that in mind, that they walk along the edge of the roadway, but traffic is flowing in both directions. And what we've done in the past is provide a police escort kind of at the back of the group of walkers. And so we would provide that again from St. A's to the northern city limits. We also have Judy Parks, who's the walk coordinator, here tonight to answer any questions council may have.
Thank you. Would you like to address council before we make a motion? Come on up. If you would state your name and address for the record.
My name is Judith Parks. I live at 222 Miller Road in Riley Township, Michigan. And I'm the coordinator of the Walk with Jesus. It's from St. Augustine to Holy Family Church.
My understanding is you used to walk from St. Phillips, I believe it is.
That's correct.
Baum and then Rowell Run into Memphis.
That's correct.
Is the church closed now?
The church is closed and St. Augustine and Holy Family have clustered now, so we are going to walk between these two churches.
Okay, so it's not the first year that you have organized?
It is not. It's been going on, it's been going on since '05.
Okay.
I've not always been the organizer, though.
Yeah, okay. They're just concerned with it's early Sunday morning, and
It
it
is.
should be relatively quiet on Main Street, but still concerned with the fact that people will be on Main Street walking. My question would be, is everybody take off at the same time?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so it's really only about a 10 or 15-minute walk through the city of Richmond?
Yes,
It's about a mile and
give or
a
take.
quarter?
It took me about 25 minutes when I walked to
Okay.
the city limit, going at a slow pace the way we'd be walking.
Okay. And as the city manager brought up, the plan is to be off to the side of the road. You're not going to be blocking the entire road.
That's correct.
Okay.
We'll be as far to the edge as we can.
Okay, good. Is there any other questions by the council?
Does the county plan on taking you from the city limits to Memphis?
Actually, the state police will be.
Okay.
Good for them.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We need a motion before discussion?
I make a motion to approve the request received from St. Augustine Church to conduct their Walk with Jesus on Sunday, June 22nd, 2014, beginning at approximately 7 a.m. at St. Augustine Church and traveling north along Main Street to the northern city limits, and provide a police escort for the walkers within the city limits.
Support.
What's been made and supported. Any discussion? Hope you have good weather for that. And will it go rain or shine? Okay. Anything else, council? Any public comments? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Good luck. Item number 2 is consideration of approving the fiscal year 2014-15 EMS and community transit contracts. Mr. City Manager.
Council is scheduled to consider approving the fiscal year 2014-15 emergency medical services and community transit services contracts with Richmond Lennox EMS. The EMS contract proposes a decrease in the annual cost from $25,200 to $24,000. And then with the community transit contract, we turn over the amount of money we receive in community credits from SMART. And that amount does vary from year to year. Last year, the city received about $15,500. And Richmond Lennox Director Jeff White is here tonight to answer any questions.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, would you like to address City Council?
Just briefly, the contract we propose has no material changes to the language over previous years, so we try to do that to avoid attorney costs on both sides of these issues. The contract is for a 1-year period. Last year, I can share with you, the EMS responded to 678 emergency medical service runs within the city of Richmond proper, and we continue to average over 200 rides per month on the community transit buses. So that continues to grow all the time. So.
Very good. Is there any questions of the director? Thank you, sir. Motion be in order.
I make a motion to approve the 2014-15 contract for emergency medical service with the Richmond Lennox EMS in the amount of $24,000 and authorize the city manager to execute the contract on behalf of the city.
Second.
What's been made and seconded. Is there any discussion on this?
They do a fine job.
Here, here.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Go right ahead.
And also, I appreciate the fact that it's gone down $1,200. As we continue to ask all our departments to hold their budget, their expenses in line, and in cases potentially lower them. Appreciate that Richmond Lennox, sort of a quasi-department of the city, when we meet with them, to also follow that pattern. So, thank you.
Anything else? Any public comments? Back to the table? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have a motion for the community transit service.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2014-15 contract for community transit services with Richmond Lennox EMS in the amount of the city's municipal and community credit receives from SMART and authorize the city manager to execute the contract on behalf of the city.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Outstanding service as well. Absolutely. Any audience comments? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion passes. Again, Jeffrey, thank you very much. Item number 2 is consideration of approving the, oh, no, we did that. Item number 3, consideration of appointment to the Personnel Board. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider making an appointment to the Personnel Board. There are currently 2 vacancies on this board. These applications have been, or vacancies have been advertised in the Voice, and we have received 1 application from John Warren. And this application was previously forwarded to council.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to appoint John Warren to the Personnel Board to fill the vacant term with expiration date of December 31st, 2014.
Support.
Motion been made and doubly supported. Any discussion? Appreciate John doing this. I asked him if he would fill in. I also have another person. We have 2 positions there that were open, and I'm expecting another one to come in. But I certainly appreciate John joining into the family, being part of what it takes to keep this community going and have good representation from the community on these boards. Anything else?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Go right ahead.
I see he's an umpire for Little League, and that he seems to be well suited for the Personnel Board then.
Yes. Yeah.
He can handle himself well.
Okay, any audience comments on this? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We move on to city manager's comments. Sir?
I attended the Habitat for Humanity bike ride, the family fun ride on Saturday. They had great weather. It's growing slowly. I think they gave away 20 helmets this year. I think they'd given away 3 last year, so it's still not a huge event, but it seems to be going in the right direction. I did email out to council. Coldwell Banker is having a grand opening for their addition that they recently put on the building tomorrow from 3 to 6, I believe. And then I emailed out also the calendar pages. Normally we schedule the July quarterly workshop at next month's meeting. Depending, I've gotten a few of the responses in already. I think July is going to be a pretty tough month to get everyone together. So if, as more come in, if I need to send out the calendar page for August, I'll do that as well.
Excuse me, John, as of right now, do we have anything pressing for the workshop meeting?
Discussion, there's a few things left over from the
Is there?
budget,
Okay.
kind of the fee schedule and kind of budget discussions.
yeah.
I don't recall if we had other things other than that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and then at their meeting last week, the TIFA board did approve scheduling a stakeholders meeting, kind of the next meeting in the update to the TIFA plan. And that will be June 26th, which is a Thursday.
June 26th.
Yep, and we will be sending out some invitations to businesses and groups that are within the TIFA district. We'll be kind of using the input that we received from the EDC, TIFA, and City Council to kind of guide those meetings, but then also get input from the public.
Okay. Thank you. Move on to council comments. Michael?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay.
Nothing for me.
Just a couple things. Just want to congratulate you on your speech to the 2014 graduates.
Thank you.
Was very well received. I was in attendance and heard a lot of great reviews from the kids and the teachers, and didn't know you had it in you. So
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, I was very honored.
yeah, that was great. So you kept it under 10 minutes. So that's perfect. So.
9 minutes and 53 seconds.
It was time.
I had a few people time me.
And then the thing, this weekend's busy around the city. You got the girls' regional finals in Richmond, the boys' regional finals in Richmond. I think at 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock, and the finals in the afternoon. Little League's got their Blue Double, or their double tournament at the fields, and then the wrestlers have Blue Double Brawl at the high school. There'll be 400 or 500 kids there
Really?
on Sunday. So there's gonna be a lot of activity in the town this weekend. So it should be good.
Yeah, very good. Jeff?
Yes, I attended the one-year anniversary celebration for Prospertech on Skinner Drive. I did want to share that they were very complimentary of the city and the services that they received. I mean, they had an option of going to Lennox or coming to the city. And one of the things they very much commented on was the support they got from city manager John Moore and from our planner that helped to work through the process and the programs we had. So they were very positive about being here and what the support they got from us.
Amy?
I do have a few things. I don't do this often, but I do have some things I want to say today. First, to start off with the Memorial Day Parade, I just want to say how much it meant to me this year, how it really just occurred to me how much we set apart Memorial Day different. There's lots of holidays. There's 4th of July, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Armed Forces Day, but we are set apart in our Memorial Day that we're not throwing candy and partying. We are actually, it's a somber parade that is so cool to see the rest of the town like fold in on itself and come together and meet at the cemetery and really remember what the day is about, and then honoring those who have died. And I really appreciate the VFW, and I appreciate the council that has came before me who set the precedent for this, and I really appreciate it. It was very moving this year for me. Two, what a fantastic weekend this was in the city of Richmond. Our ball fields were hopping. We had Grandparents' Day, we had so many people out, and the historic baseball team was there. And I just really want to give a compliment to Officer Davenport and the fantastic job that she did, and getting out of her car, walking around, and people just came to me and gave me, what a great police officer, what a great town this is, just how welcomed they felt to our town. We had the Plymouth Red Rovers come, and they just thought our town was fantastic, loved that we could just play on the field. It was just a great weekend. And my third one is not necessarily a good thing. It has to do with the vandalism in the park and around town. And I'm tired of it. I'm gonna look at the camera, because please, residents, if you know who is doing this, please call. There's a hotline, but it's the cost is starting to add up where it's gonna be a felony soon if they get caught. And this is, it hurts me to see that somebody would do this. Just please stop, and let's get it taken care of as residents coming together.
It is, it's gotten way out of control. Jim?
Nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight. Very good. I'm going to go to the calendar. Today being June 2nd already, we have a cable commission meeting on the 10th right here at City Hall at 7 o'clock. We have our last day of school, I believe, on the 12th, Thursday. BZA will be meeting. It's historic. It's been like the first time in about 5 or 6 years. They will be meeting on the 12th at 7 o'clock here at City Hall, and the Plan Commission will be immediately following that. And again, here we are. June 14th is Flag Day. It's a week from this coming Saturday. I always request that the people in this community fly their flag, and it's not going to be any different this year. Let's fly our flag and be proud of who we are and the people that have laid down their lives so that we can still fly that flag. Father's Day is the next day, the 15th. The 16th, which is 2 weeks from tonight, will be the next regular city council meeting. Is there anything else that we have going on the calendar in the next 2 weeks here? Okay, and also, congratulations to all the graduates from Richmond High and those that may be at other schools that are Richmond residents. We congratulate you, and a job well done, and good luck in the future. Okay, we move on. Council comments on to other business. Is there any other business of the city council this evening? Being not, a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Thanks for being with us.